Have you ever wondered why two people can face the exact same hardship, yet one emerges stronger while the other falls apart? Why does one person respond to criticism with calm, while another is consumed by anger? Why do some people build extraordinary lives while others remain trapped by fear, envy, and regret? Perhaps the answer isn't found in your circumstances. Perhaps it's found much closer. It is found deep inside your very own mind. There is an ancient story, passed down through generations for centuries, that offers a surprisingly simple explanation. It speaks of two wolves, not wolves that roam the forests, but wolves that live within every human being. And according to the story, the one you feed will determine the life you live. Throughout history, civilizations have preserved stories, not because they were entertaining, but because they revealed truths about human nature. Long before psychology became a science, before neuroscience could scan the brain, people observed behavior. They noticed patterns. They watched individuals rise, fall, forgive, hate, persevere, and surrender. These observations became stories, simple enough for a child to understand, profound enough for an adult to spend a lifetime reflecting upon. Among the most enduring of these stories is the tale of the two wolves. Whether viewed as folklore, philosophy, or metaphor, its message remains timeless, because the battle it describes is one every one of us fights every single day. As the evening sun disappeared beyond the mountains, an elderly grandfather sat quietly outside his home. Beside him sat his young grandson. The boy had spent the day arguing with friends. He was angry, confused, frustrated. He turned to his grandfather. "Why do I feel so many different things? Sometimes I want to be kind. Sometimes I feel jealous. Sometimes I want revenge. I don't understand myself." The old man smiled gently. "My grandson, inside every person, there are two wolves fighting." The boy looked surprised. "Two wolves?" "Yes. The first wolf is filled with anger. It carries envy, pride, fear, greed, hatred, arrogance. It feeds on blame. It whispers that life is unfair. It wants more. It is never satisfied. But there is another wolf. It carries compassion, patience, hope, courage, humility, love, gratitude. It celebrates the success of others. It chooses forgiveness. It seeks wisdom instead of victory." The boy listened carefully. The silence between them grew longer. Finally, he asked the question that has echoed across generations. "Which wolf wins?" The old man looked toward the horizon, then quietly answered, "The one you feed." At first glance, this appears to be a story about choosing between good and evil, but its wisdom is much deeper. The wolves represent patterns of thought. Every thought repeated becomes easier to think again. Every emotion practiced becomes easier to feel. Every action repeated slowly becomes identity. You are not simply becoming what you do. You are becoming what you repeatedly reinforce. Every complaint feeds one wolf. Every act of gratitude feeds another. Every moment of resentment strengthens one pathway. The story reminds us that our character is not formed by a single decision. It is built through thousands of tiny choices made almost invisibly every day. Modern psychology offers an interesting perspective. The brain constantly strengthens the neural pathways we use most often. Habits become automatic because repetition makes those pathways more efficient. This aligns with feeding the wolf. If you spend every day searching for reasons to be offended, your mind becomes highly skilled at finding them. If you intentionally practice gratitude, your attention gradually shifts toward opportunities, relationships, and moments of meaning. Neither process happens overnight, but both happen. Eventually, your mind becomes the garden you've been cultivating all along. So, How do we feed the right wolf? Begin by noticing your thoughts instead of automatically believing them. Choose gratitude before complaint. Respond instead of reacting. Celebrate someone else's success without comparing it to your own. Forgive, even when it feels difficult. Read ideas that challenge you to grow. Spend time with people whose character inspires you. Every small action is a vote for who you are becoming. Imagine your life 1 year from today, not after one extraordinary decision, but after thousands of ordinary ones. Every choice, every thought. Which wolf have you been feeding today? Thank you for joining the Wisdom Archive. Keep seeking wisdom.